Nobody cares about the dead anymore. I remember years ago, I used to live next door to somebody, I won't mention, but yeah, I'll say who they were Italian. And they caught somebody breaking in St. John's. And they said that number one guy that found him said, you know what? If you like it so much, I'll put a bullet in your head and you can go stay there forever. I'll take my father out. I'm not saying be, vindictive, but the problem is that this is a crime. And being private property, why is the DA looking into it now? Just because he works for sanitation, they're going to turn around and say, well, it was an accident? I don't think so. It's private property. So it's destruction of private property, be it the city or whomever. But if you notice one thing, Bloomberg don't care. He hasn't even said, I'm sorry for what happened here. He's worried about plowing the streets. I think, rest in peace, where? And the sanitation's very snotty. When you ask them, well, who's the name of the driver? Oh. Where's she with him? Oh. I mean, weren't they sitting in their car before drinking beer, what I understood? And then did you read the paper today about what sanitation said? The change didn't work? This sounds like the bogus thing about the cranes. Where'd they buy them, from Japan? But the only thing I can say is that, number one, I voted for Bloomberg. It's the biggest mistake I think I ever made in my life was voting for this man. All I can say is that he's finished now. I mean, he can't run again. And that's the only good news, that he can't run again. Now I have to go tell my aunt and her sister Stone. I mean, how do you tell a 91-year-old woman who'll be 91 on Friday? How do you tell her? Or do you tell her? I mean, I'm gonna go speak to the rabbi. I mean, I don't know how to tell her. The driver should be brought up on criminal charges. Now you're trying to clean up with the snow melter? I mean, what gave you the right to pile the snow up here? And I guess the guy was blind. He didn't even see the cars over that he messed up, let alone the graves. I mean, was he drunk? Does he wear glasses? Does he have his glasses on? I mean, there had to be something you couldn't see this. This has been here for years. You don't know that there's no graves here? Then why aren't the police out here investigating? This is a crime. This is not city property. This property belongs to private individuals. And how come nobody's out investigating? Because it's something that happened to somebody that was working for the city? I guess somebody shoots me like a cop that they always turn around and they do. They pull the baloney about, oh, well, he did his duty. And then when the child welfare gets involved, they take a child and they go check and the child dies. Oh, well, I mean, come on, this city's getting rotten, man, with everything they're doing. It's getting worse and worse.